Greetings, family. Welcome and welcome back. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. Please make sure that you tap that subscribe button before you tap out this video. Join our family. We would love to have you. If you're already a part of our soul family, thank you so much for being here. You are loved and you are appreciated. Family, I have a very important message to deliver to you today from the ancestors. I want you to keep in mind that this is a collective message, which means that everything is not going to fit for everybody. If it does not fit for you, it's okay to leave it behind. Do not ever force anything to fit. If this message does not resonate with you, you have the option to browse through some of my other videos to see if you can find another message that fits you better, or you can also book a personal reading with me where I'll be reading your energy and the energies surrounding you. That link will be down below in the description box. If this message does resonate with you, please don't forget to show some love, give it a thumbs up, and drop a comment. Let us know how it resonates with you, and let us know what you thought about this message, okay? Engaging with this video does two things. It helps the algorithm to push the message out to other people who may need to hear it as well. They can benefit from it just like you. And also, it helps to insert your energy so that I can pick up on your energy more efficiently and read you more thoroughly. All right, so I've already cleansed the energy surrounding me, and all negative and monitoring spirits have been returned to sender where they belong. So without further ado, family, let's get into it. My beautiful, beautiful people, I'm getting the energy of speaking up. We're starting off this reading with the World card here upright and the King of Staffs in reverse. So the World card speaks about relocation. So this could be relocating physically, it could be relocating mentally to a better state of mind. It could also be relocating energetically and spiritually. But I feel like with this World card being here upright and the King of Staffs in reverse, someone is relocating to a better place because they spoke up. I feel like somebody here has been bothered by something. Something has been going on, and we're going to look more into this shortly. But I feel like there has been some sort of interruption, disruptions and blockages and delays, and somebody here got tired of it, and so they started speaking up. For some of you, that was your challenge. For some of you, you spent your entire life kind of just taking whatever things people gave to you, like just accepting whatever was handed to you, because for many of you, your throat chakras were closed, and so you didn't know how to speak up. For some of you, it was just fear. So I feel like your ancestors put you to the test. They're like, okay, well, if you can accomplish this, if you can speak up about this, I will change your whole life around. I will make sure that I pull some strings and get you what you want. And so I feel like that's what, for some of you, has happened already. And for others of you, it's to the point of happening. It's going to be happening very soon. So with the King of Staffs being here in reverse, it talks about someone who is opinionated but practices balance, patient but stern. So I feel like some of you, you just kind of sat around your entire lives and just like you would see people doing things, like you'd experience things and witness things, and you kind of just kept it to yourself. It's like the energy of the kid that sits in the front of the class and kind of just minds their business. It's like some of you, and my ear just rang too. So many of you may have wanted to speak up, but you didn't know how to. I'm hearing like communication blockages. So some of you may have grown up in a household where you were silenced, you were suppressed. And this has come out quite a few times. It's like you were told children are to be seen and not heard, And I feel like because of that, it affected you all through your adulthood. Like many of you may have been in like abusive relationships. You may have been abused at like work, where let's say everyone around you gets a raise and they come to you like, oh, how much was your raise? Did you get that raise? Did you get that letter? And you're like, no, I didn't get anything, but everybody else got it and you didn't get it. And you kind of just like, oh, well, that's my life. Instead of going to HR, like, listen, I'm being discriminated against or whatever the case may be. You kind of just rolled with the punches without speaking up. And so now something happened here where you were kind of forced to speak up. And again, for some of you, it's like this thing is happening now. And so you'll be speaking up really soon. We got the number 2 here. So we may have life path 2s. We may have some February Aquariuses or some February Pisces here. We may have some March Pisces as well. We may have some March Aries. We may have some January babies, some January Capricorns, January Aquarius here as well. Some of you may have children who are moving out of the house. So like in their early 20s, maybe like 20, 21, somewhere around that age. Some of you may have like tweens that are like 12 years old. And maybe you're speaking to them about speaking up because you learned from your mistakes. Some of you also, we may have some fire signs here. Fire energy is very significant here. Some of you may be wearing white right now. You may be wearing red. You may be wearing yellow. Or if you're not wearing that color right now, if you're not wearing any of those colors right now, those may be your favorite colors. We also got blue here as well. Some of you may like to just like be barefoot. Like somebody here just likes to walk around barefoot. Put some socks on. No, but seriously, like this is really specific. I don't know why. Somebody here likes gold too. Like you may like gold jewelry. Like I'm seeing Oshun as well. Oshun's energy. But yeah, and so okay, so now Oshun is coming up. So this may also be something in love. Like you guys may have been in abusive. I think I mentioned that too, and it's coming up again. So I think that's actually really significant for some of you. For a lot of you, it's relationships that you didn't really speak up in, and people kind of took advantage of you. So now you're like, yeah, I'm over it. I'm not doing that shit no more. So now you're speaking up. Moving forward, we got the Knight of Coins here in reverse. And when the Knight of Coins comes out in reverse, it speaks about something that is taking place that is causing blockages and delays. Like I said earlier, it's like you're unable to move forward because of whatever this is that is happening. And that is what's urging you to speak up. And I feel like your ancestors, like everything has been aligned. And my ear just rang again. Everything has been strategically aligned just so that you would be put in the position to speak up. Because your voice is so important. Some of you may have been in chorus, like maybe the church choir or chorus in school, singing, and maybe you stopped. I'm hearing like some of you blocked, like your throat chakra was open when you were younger, but you stopped doing something and so it closed up. Some of you may have taken singing classes, or you're thinking about taking singing classes. Some of you are speakers. Let's look deeper into this. Ancestors, tell me what happened to make the collective stop speaking up. What is going on with the collective? Okay. And I'm feeling really tired. And I wasn't feeling tired before. So I really feel like something is like draining you, or something was draining you. So we got the star here in reverse, and we got the moon upright. Okay, it makes sense now. So for some of you, you have low self-esteem. For some of you, you need to work on building your confidence. It says low self-esteem prevents you from pursuing your gifts and visions. So some of you are supposed to be like mediums. Like you're supposed to be like a voice for the people, but you're not using your voice because you don't think that you're capable. And this goes back to your childhood. Like like I want to cry right now. So some of you just sit there and like you just cry. Like instead of speaking up, you sit there and you take abuse and you just cry. And this is not gender specific. Like this can be men too. Like somebody just kind of just takes things on. How do they say that? Take it on the arm, take it on a limb, whatever. Like, and you're not expressing yourself, and you need to. And again, take it as it resonates, but don't force it to fit. But some of you recently started to speak up, so good job for that, because it's very important. Use your voice. Some of you should start meditating on your throat chakra. That's gonna help you, okay? And like they're saying stop smoking, and this came out yesterday too. Like they really want they really want somebody here to stop smoking. And I don't know if it's weed or cigarettes or cigars, but take it how it resonates. You know exactly what I'm talking about, because it's going to look different for everybody. But for some of you, it's the things that you're consuming that is stopping you from being able to fully exercise your throat chakra. Ear just rang again. And today is 12/12 also, and that's significant because yesterday, didn't we just talk about how the number 3 kept popping up yesterday? 12/12, that's 3/3, you know. And I feel like with 3 symbolizing growth and progression and your own individual path, your own individual journey, there are things that are coming up so that you guys can correct them. And for many of you, this is going to look like learning how to exercise your throat chakra. Like I'm hearing, like, if you're at a wedding and they're like, does anybody have something to say? You got to go up there. If you're at a meeting and they're like, does anybody have something to add? You need to speak up. Like, they want you to take those opportunities because those little things are going to help you become comfortable with speaking up. You are going to be put in a position where you will have to be the voice of reason for the people. Like exactly what I do now. A lot of you are like, oh my gosh, wow, you're great, you're awesome. Thank you so much for your gifts. Thanks for sharing your gifts. But I'm really only here to show you that you have those same gifts and they want you to use them the same way that I'm using mine. There's nothing different. Like there's no difference between me and you. There's none. Okay? We're all on the same path. We may be taking different routes, but we got the same destination. Okay? And I'm not even gonna go into that. Like that's for you to figure out what that destination is, what it looks like or what it feels like for you. But we have the same gifts, just different ways of using them. We're all here to help uplift humanity, right? And so you have to find your way to do that. So I asked to clarify the Knight of Coins, because I'm like, why is the Knight of Coins here? What is causing blockages, or what has caused blockages for the collective? We got the 10 of Coins here upright, and we got the 4 of Swords in reverse. And with the 10 of Coins here, like something disturbs your peace, or something was disturbing your peace. And so it's driving you, or drove you to the point of not being able to take it anymore. And so that's why you spoke up. But again, that's strategically done. And for some of you, that's why you will be speaking up in the near future. And so they want you to be secure in yourself, be confident, okay? And this is going to lead to a time of financial and economic stability. This is going to lead to your happiness. And they want you to also turn to your ancestors in order to help you with this. It says, remember your family, okay? It also speaks about supplied comforts. So again, you being rewarded for speaking up, you being rewarded for challenging yourself, you being rewarded for doing the work. You can throw on like guided meditation, guided throat chakra meditation on YouTube. All right. And with this Four of Swords here in reverse, it speaks about gaining clarity and insight. And so it's like you speaking up, you using your voice, exercising your throat chakra is going to spark some type of conversation that is going to bring you clarity and insight. Okay. And it also speaks about perspective and execution. So it's like you're changing your perspective. You're changing the way that you're seeing things. And you're executing like right now. And I always tell you guys this, like, and I admire you guys for this. Like, you guys will listen to these readings and you will actually implement what is discussed. Some of you may take a little bit longer than others, right? But your timing is your timing. Your timing is divine timing. Don't let anyone rush you. But most of you, once you learn about whatever the problem is, you implement solutions because you are genuinely looking for changes. You're genuinely looking to improve yourself. And I admire that about you guys. I love you guys so much for that. And so, yeah, you're being rewarded for that. You're going to execute. As soon as you hear this message, you're like, oh, this resonates. I'm going to work on my throat chakra. I'm going to work on speaking up. It may even be something as simple as like for and this is like, this might be specific, but for some of you, some of you come from like really strict households, like your parents or caretakers were really strict. So now even as adults, like it's certain things that you won't say to them to keep the peace, or because you're just like it's embedded in you to not speak up because you see it as being disrespectful. And so some of you are going to be having conversations with your parents. Like you're going to be like, listen, when I was 10 years old, you did this. When I was 18 years old, you hurt me in this way. And I see like a shocked and appalled face, but deep down inside, they know that you're right and they respect you for speaking up. And that's going to be really specific for some of you. And they're going to start showing you that they respect you because they're going to stop trying to control you, and they're going to start asking you for your opinion on things. They're going to start like trying to communicate with you more. It's like in your parents' eyes, you're going from being a baby or their child to being a mature, responsible adult. And all of this is happening because what? Because you spoke up. That is so funny. That's what's up, collective. I'm so proud of y'all. So now moving forward, we got the Knight of Cups here in reverse. So with the Knight of Cups here, the fear that you have of speaking up is all an illusion. And the Knight of Cups has been coming out pretty often. So there's like, and remember, we're in Mercury retrograde right now up until I think the 15th, the 12th. I think the 15th. And so there are many illusions. Like a lot of things that are happening right now is going to look one way to you. And then once Mercury retrograde passes, you're going to start reevaluating how you are seeing those same things. Right. And so now the whole throat chakra and not speaking up thing is coming up. And for some of you, it makes you anxious. Like you get butterflies when you think about speaking up. And once Mercury retrograde passes, you're gonna be like, "Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that serious. I'm gonna speak up. I'm gonna call up what's her name and tell her about herself because I've been meaning to tell her about herself for 20 years now." Like, I feel like that's one of the things that some of you guys are reviewing during the retrograde. Remember, we're here like during this retrograde, during any Mercury retrograde, we're supposed to be reviewing, reflecting, and things of that nature. And so once the retrograde passes, everything that you were reviewing and reflecting upon will you'll begin to execute, right? And so the Knight of Cups, it speaks about like an illusion, smoke and mirrors, a facade, something that isn't what it seems. And so you're realizing that it's just a fear. And to clarify, we got the Wheel of Fortune here upright. So we got one here again. So new beginnings, you using your voice and your gifts is going to help bring you these new beginnings, because the Wheel of Fortune speaks about your personal journey. We were just talking about that. It speaks about your own personal journey. It speaks about success, happiness, being able to move forward. It also speaks about positive results. So I feel like you speaking up is going to bring you positive results and opportunities. Some of you will be speaking up at work and getting a raise. Ooh, I know that's right. Some of you will be speaking up for your business and getting grants and loans and funding, investors. Some of you guys will be speaking up at neighborhood watch meetings or like PTA meetings and family gatherings, like family meetings, and it's gonna work out in your favor. Like, let's say you live in a neighborhood where they haven't fixed the roads in like 25 years, and you're driving on rough, rugged concrete and it's messing up your struts, and you call, like, I don't know what it is in your town or city, like 311 or 611, and you're complaining, or you're going to town hall and you're like, yeah, this isn't fair because you guys fixed the roads over there, in the I don't say white people, but in the upper class neighborhood, but you ain't fixed the roads over here where I live at. And so now you see them putting up cones and stuff like that, and they're beginning construction to fix the roads. It's like that type of thing. You're like, oh shit, all this time all I had to do was speak up. And that's what this Wheel of Fortune is here for. So the Wheel of Fortune says new events bring positive change. Your life continues. Expect success and opportunity. Possibly the conclusion of a recent event for the better. Start fresh and expect abundance. And so this reminds me of the World card, moving over to a better way of life, moving over to an easier way of living, happiness, peace, abundance, getting what you want and what you deserve. Okay? I want you guys to put in the comment section, I am open to limitless possibilities. I am open to limitless possibilities. I also want you guys to say, I release my fears and I am now open to receiving. I release my fears and I am now open to receiving. So yeah, back to the reason why you have not been exercising your voice box. So we had the star in reverse, and then we were up to the moon upright. And on top of the moon, we got 1 again. But we also have 9. We might have some life path 9s in here. We might have life path 8s, life path 1s, life path 2s, life path 3s as well. Some of you may be Leos. Some of you may be August Virgos as well. And I feel like with the moon card being here, right, it feels like there is confusion. Like you're confused because of the fact that you have been deceived. You have been deceived. Like you, again, some of you were told, children are to be seen and not heard. Women are to be seen and not heard. And for our men, and my ears ringing, like they really want me to say this to y'all. For our men, you have been told, oh, like a real man's gonna hold it down. He's gonna keep things to himself and be strong. No, no, no. Because when you keep things in, eventually you become a ticking time bomb. Has anybody ever watched that show Snapped? So you need to release, and one great way of releasing is speaking. Okay, speaking up, talking about your feelings. Communication is key in any type of connection. Even when you're doing business, communication is key. Okay, and I'm hearing, like, for some of you, this is what has been holding you back. Like, for some of you, you've been in the same position for years. You've had your business for years and you feel like things aren't growing. It's because you're not exercising your right to use your voice. Like, you're missing out on opportunities because you don't speak up. I'm hearing a closed mouth don't get fed. Okay? And so moving forward here, with this 9 of Cups being in reverse, I feel like for some of you, this new you, okay, this new version of you that is outspoken and willing to speak up for what's right, willing to stand on business for what you believe in, or better yet, what you know and what you have faith in. It's attracting honest communication. Like, you're building trustworthy bonds now. You're able to get closer to people because you're speaking up about your needs and your wants, and most importantly, it's bringing you freedom. Like, you have this new sense of freedom. You feel free. Like, some of you are speaking up on issues that happened years ago, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, you feel so much better because you spoke up. I'm not saying call anybody up and cuss them out now. I'm not saying that. All right, so don't go cuss nobody out and then get in a fight and then come back in my comment section talking about I listened to you and now I'm beat up. Like, no, because I'm not saying that. Finding ways to communicate in a healthy way, and to communicate with poise and grace. That is powerful. Communicating your thoughts and your feelings clearly. Some people, they beg for it, and so you got to give it to them. But for the most part, we're all a work in progress. Okay? So now moving forward, to close this reading, we got the 9 of Staves here upright. So here you are, listening to this reading, you're getting ideas, and you're like, okay, bet. I got this birthday party on Saturday. I got a wedding on Saturday. I'm going to whatever on Sunday, and I'm going to use this opportunity to speak up. There's a meeting that I have tomorrow, and when they ask for anyone that has something to say, I'm going to unmute and I'm going to speak up. Like, you guys are strategizing with this 9 of Staves here. And this is why I love y'all. This is why I love y'all. Like, you guys take heed to these messages. It makes me feel like I'm doing something right. You guys are like, well, like, I can see y'all in your head, like, okay, well, let me see. When am I going to practice? This girl's on me about speaking up. When am I going to practice? Like, what is an opportunity for me to, use my voice, or what is an opportunity for me to work on my throat chakra? Like, okay, tomorrow when the churn go to school, I'm going to do some throat chakra meditating. Like, you guys are executing immediately. Because with the 9 of Staves here, it talks about strategizing. You're plotting in your head, like, okay, all right. Because you're refusing to allow anything else to keep you back. You're refusing. Like, you're not procrastinating. You're not procrastinating anymore. You're not playing games. And so it's saying patience and tenacity are required in order to succeed. So I feel like for some of you, you may try to speak up the first time and your throat cracks, or you stutter, or you make a big mistake and you feel embarrassed. Or you may speak up and maybe you don't get what you want. They don't want you to give up because of that, okay? Patience and tenacity are required in order to succeed. And so the Nine of Staffs is also a card of strategy and preparedness. So you're preparing a speech. Either you're writing it down or you're thinking it, thinking of what you're going to say in your head. And so they're saying take what you have learned from the past and now use it. Okay. And the past for many of you is this reading right here, right now. And for others of you, it's like, okay, well, in the past, when I was 9, all the children in the classroom they all got the cookies. They all ate up the cookies. They ate up my cookies that my mom packed me for lunch, and I didn't speak up and I didn't say anything about it. Like, you're looking at things like that and you're like, no, hell no, I'm going to speak up for myself. And it's bringing you wheel of fortune. It's bringing you growth, progression, success, abundance, and prosperity. All because you're using your voice. I love that for you. I love that for you. That's all I have for you today, family. Thank you so much for listening and taking heed. I appreciate all your love and your support. We're already at like 10.3K, which is crazy because we were just at 10K. Thank you, thank you, thank you, family. Sending you so much love, hugs, and healing energy. If this message resonated with you, please don't forget to tap that like button. Give us a thumbs up. Drop a comment. Let us know how it resonates with you. Share this video to someone else that may need to hear this message. If you need more clarity and a deeper look into your own personal situation, you can book a private reading with me down below at the link in the description box. Follow me on all social media platforms. That link is also down below in the description box. Okay? Until next time, family, peace and oneness.